Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to be able to do this tonight. I get to actually do this with my sister, so it even makes it more fun. And I just want to welcome you all here tonight. And if you're here for the live event or the recording, I just want to say, first of all, a huge thank you for taking the time out to come on and take a look and see what we're up to. We're not here to impress you. We're here to impress upon you that life can be healthier and we can have more options. And often all it takes is our ability just to think outside the box a bit. I want to share my story with you in a bit because the bottom line is I wanted to have more options. And whether you work for a traditional business or you own a traditional business, you'd be quick to tell me, like I'd be quick to tell you, owning your life does not fit with either one of those models. When I started, I was a stay-at-home mom. And when Marnie showed me these products and the business, it was all at the same time. And I know we definitely needed the products, but I also needed this business. I needed something that was flexible because I couldn't really work a 9-to-5 job, as I needed to be able to be there for my daughter, driving her back and forth to school and to dance and everything else. So this was a really good fit. I also realized I wanted to contribute financially again and really feel like a somebody outside of being a mom and a wife, which I was really good at, and I loved staying home, but I just felt that I'd sort of lost who I was and I needed something else. And of course, like most people, I was a little skeptical at first, but you know what? I jumped in with an open heart and an open mind to consider maybe this could be something really great. And I went to my first conference to see what the business was all about. So that was really jumping in with both feet. And I wanted to see what the business would be like. And I honestly didn't know if it was going to be my thing. But those thoughts didn't last long once I was immersed in what this could potentially be for me. So I hope that same thing for you today as you're tuning in live or just watching this recording. And for many of us, traditional business is a great learning experience, but there comes a time for many of us where our values are torn between being ambitious, successful, getting ahead financially, and our family. I want you to consider the perspective that our world has changed a lot in the last 10 to 20 years, especially the way that we come across products and services. And with the rise of technology, our behaviors are drastically different to those of our parents' generation. Yet many of us are still living the life that we saw them live, trading time for money, trying to get ahead in a world that is so different. And what I love about the Juice Plus company is that it's certainly a company that is moving with the times. The event right now is a perfect example of that. So what I want you to do, or what I want to do, sorry, is kick this off and share a little bit about the Juice Plus products. You know, I'm a pretty simple person, and Juice Plus makes sense to simple people like me. Or it did when I watched the DVD that Marnie shared, explaining the importance of fruits and vegetables. I honestly had never really thought, really about it, that, that way, that they were one of the most essential components of health. But after learning about their importance, and that if you don't eat that rainbow in a large abundance, your body will break down. And at the same time, our daughter was one of the big reasons for me taking a serious look at Juice Plus. And that was because she had a really, really poor immune system. She was always sick as a kid, and it always seemed to escalate. And we really thought we were doing well as a family. We raised our own beef. We had chickens, eggs, and a massive garden, but it wasn't enough. We didn't even come close to eating the recommended 9 to 13 servings. And Melissa, our daughter, didn't even come close to 5. It'd be good if she had 2. And I know we were all in the same boat. And so the Juice Plus product just made a whole lot of sense to us. What it is, I'll give you an idea. This is the foundation of a very, very narrow product line. And it's literally 30 fruits and vegetables and berries that are grown to peak ripeness. They're non-GMO, pesticide and herbicide free. It's all that important stuff. It's then blended into a capsule, and that's it. It's that simple. I've yet to meet someone who doesn't know what fruits, vegetables, or berries are, or someone who doesn't agree that they could benefit by getting more of them in their life every day. We're certainly passionate about health, but we don't get it right every day. And I love that Juice Plus bridges the gap. It's not to replace fruits and vegetables. It's there to bridge the gap from what we should be eating and what we actually are eating. And there's a Healthy Starts for Families program. One of the things I love the most about Juice Plus is that we can sponsor a child for free. And this was one of the big bonuses when we started taking Juice Plus, because Melissa could get it for free, and who doesn't like free? And any adult that takes Juice Plus and or the fruit and vegetable capsules has an opportunity to sponsor a child. Even if you don't have kids, you can still sponsor a child. And the child will get Juice Plus for 4 months. They'll get like 4 months of free product. And if the adult actually continues on it, the child will continue to get Juice Plus for up to 4 years, which is unbelievable. And there's 1 million kids around the world that have participated in this study. And it's the largest observational children's health study in the world, which is pretty cool. We also have Complete, which is this product right here. You can get that all in there, this chocolate vanilla. It's a macronutrient product, and these are our amazing Complete shakes. Macronutrients are all about balancing our carbs, proteins, and fats. And this is essential to fat loss, muscle building, and all the sorts of things that people are always looking for. It's often said that fitness is 20% exercise and 80% nutrition. You just can't out-train a bad diet. These are perfect for meeting people where they're at, and they're absolutely delicious. We drink them every day in our house, and my husband takes them on the road. He uses these little handy sachet size, and this was a product that really made a huge difference for me. I had been taking Juice Plus, the 3 blend, for about 4 years. And then they had reformulated the shakes and made them so much better and better tasting. And along with it, there was a program called Shred 10. And wanting to experience, and of course, wanting to experience it, I actually couldn't believe what happened. Not only did I shed a bit of weight and feel really good, but I suffered from IBS for most of my adult life, basically since I was 14. And after doing this program, about, I want to say it was under 2 weeks, I had normal bowel movements, and I couldn't believe it. I had been to numerous health practitioners over the years, and not one thing ever came close to this kind of change. So I can't say enough great things about the Juice Plus Complete. And you can drink these for breakfast. They make an awesome pre or post-workout shake, or just even a snack. Of course, like I mentioned, it came in chocolate and vanilla. And also, I didn't mention, it's protein powder, of course, with loads of superfoods in it. It's vegan-based, highly bioavailable, and low glycemic. It's an incredible product. And for all of you snack bar fans out there, there's also a bar version of the Complete as well. Comes in the seeds and fruits, it's called, and the date and chocolate. It's amazing, delicious. Now, our newest product is called is an Omega blend. This is completely plant-based Omega, very different to most Omegas on the market today. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but fish actually don't produce Omegas. They get them from the food they eat. So ours is going straight to that source, to that same source, and it's a vegan capsule, which is quite revolutionary in its own right. We've only had this product for about a year, and again, it's about bridging the gap to help get those Omegas in, which I love. It's fantastic for brain health, focus, and for your eyes, and those are the huge changes that I've noticed since starting the Omegas. Also, there is a Shred 10 program. That's what I sort of alluded to a little bit there earlier with my incredible IBS story. It's an amazing program that goes along with all the products. So anyone that decides to get on the products gets this massive added value program for free, which includes an eating guide, recipes, and an amazing online support to help others get the same, the results that they're looking for. For some of you, I know you love science, and there's so much science on these products. It's the most researched whole food based product in the world. And you can get back to the person who invited you onto this call tonight to learn more about it. But for me, it's all about the stories. It's about the stories and the results that people have gotten. And I'm quite excited to share a couple of them with you now. We have my husband, John Hucal, who is an airline pilot. I'm really happy actually that he's getting on this call tonight to share his story. He flew into Los Angeles this afternoon, and I know he has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I'm so grateful to you, John, for doing this. So if you could unmute and just share a couple seconds, that would be awesome.
Does that work there?
Yep, you bet. Here you
Oh, okay, good, okay. Well, first of all, my name is John Hucal, as Carrie said, and I don't do this very often, so if I sound a little fast or a little wonky, appreciate that I'm an amateur at this. So anyways, when Carrie first got involved with Juice Plus, of course, I tend to be the skeptic in the family, or the one that puts a check and balance on the thing. So I said, prove it to me. So we kind of decided I was had recently had some blood work done, and what I did at that point in time, I said, well, let's monitor it over a couple of years. At that point in time, I was, some of my numbers, my cholesterol was getting a little out of whack, my blood pressure was up a little bit, and a few of my other readings were pushing the outer boundaries of normal. What I, as well, and one big one for me is my family has a lot of background with sugar diabetes, and my number was starting to push up into the approaching the caution range. So what actually happened over a couple of years that really proved in case in point with this product was that it first of all brought my A1C, or my diabetic number, down 10%. My blood pressure lowered, and more importantly, all the numbers that I had that were approaching the outside range of the normal boundary for blood work basically returned into the normal range, and that has been since 2010, and I'm to this day basically 61 years of age and have not a number in my annual blood pressure or annual blood readings that are not in the normal range. So that in itself is really a testament to the product. The second area that really came out, and again, a lot of people may or may not be aware of it, is when you fly in an airplane, you're exposed to, or have the potential to be exposed to, cosmic radiation. What that is, we all hear about the ozone layer and what's happening to it, and from an environmental perspective, but from an airplane point of view, that is the layer that protects you from the cosmic radiation, or the harmful radiation that is above that level. The aluminum skin in the airplane does absolutely nothing to block it. The only two things that will block you from that radiation is lead or gold, which we can all appreciate. Lead is the weight and the cost, and gold is not feasible to have everyone wrapped up on that every time they get on an airplane. This is compounded when near the poles, the ozone layer, or tropopause, is down around 25,000 feet, and it goes up to about 45,000 feet at the equator. So the more northerly latitudes we fly, like as when we go to Europe, or we go, or in my case, when I do a lot through Alaska to Hong Kong, you're basically above that zone, so you're being exposed. To give you an idea, we are monitored as aircrew because of this issue. And on my profile, on my company profile, it does give an ongoing reading. The reason they do this is they monitor us to ensure that we do not get above the level where we would have to be treated as radiation workers. So it is of serious concern. To give you an idea, recently I pulled up a flight that I did from Anchorage to Hong Kong, which is about 11 hours of flying, and I had the equivalent of about 9 chest x-rays of cosmic radiation exposure. So it is a significant item. Where this product really helps, and I know Carrie has the science and the information on it, is that it helps deal with oxidative stress. So when I'm on the road and doing shift work, I double or triple up on my Juice Plus intake just to help combat those issues. So anyways, that is in a nutshell what I've experienced with Carrie being involved in this product over the years, and I guess I'm a living, walking testament, especially from a blood work perspective. And I've actually shared that with some people that have been other internal pessimists, one of them being a fellow pilot that is now on the product. He's actually an ex-Air Force One pilot that's now retired, and he's still taking it to this day. So anyways, I thought if anybody has any questions or anything, I could certainly ask them. That's really what I had to say in a nutshell.
Awesome. Thanks, hon. Appreciate it. And nice I know you're going to bed, so
Well,
thank you.
actually, it's not 5 I'm getting up, it's 2 I'm getting up. So,
Sorry. I know you get
okay.
early, but I so appreciate you sharing that. I really appreciate it. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, love
Okay.
you.
Hopefully I didn't talk too fast. Okay. Bye.
Awesome. Night. Okay, you guys. Also, we have another brand new Juice Plus rep, actually. Brand new, like as in today, brand new. Her name is Tracy Bergquist. I can't wait to meet her. But she's had an amazing experience with Juice Plus so far, which has actually brought her into wanting to work with the company. So I'd like to welcome Tracy. So if you could unmute yourself too, Tracy, and share a little bit about your story.
Hello?
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hi. Okay. So I'm Tracy Bergquist. I work long days. A little bit about myself. I work at the Cold Lake High School. I feed 600 students by myself every day. Healthy eating. I feed them a menu lunch, hot lunch, cold lunch, healthy foods, cookies, everything. You name it. I have 2 grown children, 21 and 19. I'm originally from Leduc, and that's how I know Marnie. Marnie and I used to go to high school together. So once I get on Facebook and I saw Marnie again, and I realized how wonderful she is looking, of course, as always. She's always been a good-looking lady. And I thought, geez, what is she doing? So, you creep her a little bit and you get to see what she's been doing. So this spring, I had some surgery coming up. I got both my knees scraped, and I have no cartilage left in the one knee, but because I'm not 50 yet, I don't get to have a new knee. So I have to basically exercise and keep the inflammation down. I have arthritis really bad. And before my surgery started, I decided to give Juice Plus a go. So I started taking the vitamins and the omegas, and I did the shakes, and nothing right off the hop that I noticed any difference. Until probably about 2 months in, I noticed I had a lot of energy. My hair was fantastic. My nails, just with working with water and food, my nails were just amazing. And the best part was my inflammation was down. So if I can try and keep the inflammation down, that's the best part. And I don't know the science of which one kept it down or how it kept down, but then in the summertime, I ordered the bars, which, because I live on the beach, which are amazing to take to the beach and have as snacks whenever I can. And I don't know, it's just something about the energy that you get. I love the fact that I had to take them before 5 o'clock because I do go to bed at 9, but they just gave me so much more energy and a really good sleep. Every night I slept amazing. And I've been off them for about, I just ran out like my last week, and I can tell already that I haven't been sleeping that great and need the energy. So that's when I talked to Marnie. Also, one other big fan of is the garden tower. I have a garden tower at work where I feed at least once a week 30 kids fresh salad we have with one of our meals. My garden tower is all romaine lettuce, mind you. Last year, I did mix up the vegetables and found out what works good and what doesn't. And lettuce in different types of lettuce works the best for us. And I have fresh cilantro for other things that I put it in. But otherwise, I'm in love with the garden tower, and I'm pretty sure I can sell everyone's a garden tower up in Cold Lake. So I figure, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. I want to learn the business first, and then move on and see who is interested here in the big city of Cold Lake. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks, Marnie.
I think Carrie's popping back on.
Sorry, guys. Yes, you know what? That was awesome, Tracy. Thank you for sharing all that. That was fabulous. We're going to transition now a little bit. You know, it was awesome to hear why you respect the Juice Plus products, you know, and what they've all done for all of us. I think to finish on the product side, because, you know, I'm sorry. I have something written here that I want to read. I think to finish on the product side, because you took the time to check in and see what we're up to. Oh, here we go. And you're open to taking your health to the next level. I think you should give it a try. So get back with the person who did share this with you. I know if you're like me, you'll want to get started and even just see what it will do for you. I know you'll love it, like we have. Now I want to segue, and we're going to share a little bit about the business. So I'm going to pass this over to my sissy.
Right.
I have shared why I love the business so much, and now I think she's going to share why she loves the business so much.
Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, John and Tracy, too. I don't know if John's still on the call, but thank you so much. Those are great stories. I know we were supposed to have Greg in there, too, but we'll add him into the next segment in there as well. So don't worry, Greg, you're still in. But I wanted to kind of just chat a little bit about the business, because we think it's equally as important as the product sometimes. But I think I was introduced to it now 10 years ago by Dr. Greg Stiles, who is on the call. And we worked together at his clinic. And it was just, he saw so many things that, like in my health, that he knew that I could probably have used few more vegetables in my body. And one of the big ones is, unlike my sister, of course, we're salt and pepper. So of course she had IBS and I had the complete opposite. So I was always backed up. And so Juice Plus helped me in that regard. No one likes to talk about that, but it's kind of an important one, especially long term. It was creating a lot of havoc for my health. So I decided that I was going to join the business with a lot of hesitation. I kind of didn't want another business, and I thought I was too cool to get involved with it because I had a cool job. And so I had the I'm too cool syndrome a little bit too much. But then once I started sharing it with a few people, I really saw lives changing. And when I started getting some really good testimonials back of health, I knew this was what I needed to do. I needed to just keep sharing the product every day as much as I could, and with an open heart. But the business sort of just grew into something. And of course, the biggest things, and of course it seems like the theme tonight is skepticisms. I think the first things I want to cover are those, and I'm sure many of you have had them yourselves. You know, when I share this with people, it's pretty normal to be skeptical. And if you're not, guys, I'd be kind of worried if you weren't, to be honest. The first one I want to address is the difference between traditional business and our business. So in a traditional business, or if you work in a big company or organization, the reality is that it's kind of cutthroat, don't you think? Like, the further you want to work yourself up the ladder, the more competitive it becomes. And also, like, staff loyalty, sticking with the same company isn't what it used to be. the same companies easily outsource outside their companies, making it kind of difficult for the in-house employees to move up. You know, basically gone are the days from working for yourself from the bottom to the top of the company. But what I love about this company is that we all start at the same position and we all have the same opportunity. You know, we have the ability to work ourselves up through the rankings like any company. But what's very different about the Juice Plus company is that there is no limitation to the amount of people that can get to the top. The pinnacle position in our business is what we call National Marketing Director, and it's very common to reach this position. The cool thing is that in order to achieve this spot, one has to reach down and help people rise. The second thing I was quite skeptical about our business like this is I thought the only way to be successful was that you had to hunt and annoy all your friends. Can anyone relate? I can tell you this business has nothing to do with hunting or selling. What I have got from events like this is that it's more about helping people. You know, we get to help people in two very distinct areas. You know, one area is we get to help people with their health. And I think we can all agree that so many people out there are looking to take their health to the next level, rest. And by recommending a program, you know, recommending products from our own personal experience, the experience of others, and that's just what we do. That's our method of selling. When I first took a look at this and decided to give it a try, there were so many people that I thought of, I knew that could benefit from this, and I knew they were looking for better health. I knew people struggling with their energy, like me, allergies, constipation, and eczema, because I work in the skincare industry, so I see eczema and psoriasis all the time, and acne. So like that's an all internal stemming. So this better nutrition always made those conditions better. You know, I heard their stories and I just took a genuine interest in them. You know, I found out that they were looking for a solution, and then I just recommended a simple product like Juice Plus and the program it offers. And that's really about it in a nutshell. And then kind of the other side of our business is that we get to help people from a lifestyle and financial point of view. And this sometimes doesn't happen right away, but I don't know many people that an extra $500 to $1,000 or even $2,000 a month doesn't make a difference for. I know a lot of families where an extra income can make a huge difference. I was one of them. I was the queen of debt, and it was my way to get that debt mountain down. And it offered us a lot of choices because Todd and I love to travel. So it offered us a lot of choices, and we got to say yes more to so many things that in areas that we were really struggling with. My final concern was I thought I needed to know a lot of people in order to be successful in this type of business. I thought the only way that I got started was started in the business proves to me that I actually didn't need to know that many people. And I didn't. In my own business, one of my first distributors was someone that actually worked with Todd. She was looking just for a little extra money and had a huge helper's heart. And the next one, of course, you've all heard, was my sister, who had just moved back from Canada and was looking for something to do. So we linked arms and grew our businesses together, and it just grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. So if you have a sister, go for it, because they're the best in the business. But before I knew it, there were just so many stories kind of like the ones you've even heard. You know, a little bit of extra income. We've heard people paying for mortgages, like a car payment. You know, if someone's spouse had lost their jobs, we heard all kinds of stories like that. And at the same time, you know, my business was growing and it was getting shared with people that had nothing to do with me, that I would have never had met otherwise. You guys, it's so hard for me to count on two hands the amount of them I've met, or the amount of them I knew before this journey. Bottom line, it's not who you know, but who you know and who they know. And the other final thing I kind of want to cover is kind of how we get paid. So anybody new on the call is probably intrigued on, okay, so easy product to probably share with people. Now, how do we get paid? Once I understood the previous three things, it was important for me to kind of learn this part of it, especially with people that really wanted to create some serious income out of it. The first way we get paid is retail sales profit. And when I talk about retail sales profit, all we are doing is connecting the customer with the company. The company ships the product straight to the customer, so I don't have to carry any inventory. The company bills and collects, so I don't have to deal with any exchange of money. I can have customers in over 25 different countries around the world, so I can have a global business with customers that I may never even know. And the second way we get paid is bonuses. So who doesn't love a good bonus? And there are a lot of them in this business. I know for anyone who's working in a traditional business, they're pretty few and far between, yes? I can't even remember the last time I got one in a job. I think it was actually back when I was in my 20s. And it's so rare that companies are giving big bonuses now, unless you're giving away your life. In our business, not only do you receive bonuses yourself, but when you help others achieve them, you also get rewarded too. So there's real encouragement about raising people up and helping them become successful. Some of these bonuses start at $100 to $300, but some of these bonuses go up to $10,000. And that's pretty awesome to be a part of something like that. And the third way we get paid is called performance bonus. This is the residual income that's possible in your business when you get paid on a percentage of the volume of sales that goes through your entire business. You're raising people up and helping them to build a business, and you get paid a performance bonus. This is a thing that has a standout from the crowd. You're getting paid on a commission on that entire volume. So even when I'm traveling or life's happening and I can't tend to my business, my business is still open, which is very different than a traditional business where I had to show up in order to be paid. And because everyone in my team has a vested interest in growing their business, my business is growing with or without me, and it has the potential to do that for you too. So I just wanted to bring on a few people to share their business story. And so I'm going to call on Greg first. And I know we kind of threw you in a crazy little order, but Dr. Greg Stiles is going to join us. And of course, every day I thank him for bringing me into this business.
I'll just be really brief. I know we've already talked about skepticism and everything, but for me, I found that the business was one of those things that I just let happen. And it was one of the things that I should have paid more attention to, and I'll tell you why. We all think that nothing is ever going to happen to us. They always talk about the 4 Ds, which is debt, divorce, disability, and death. Well, what happened to me is the disability. I was working over 30 years in chiropractic and making a nice income. And one Friday afternoon, my shoulder blew apart. It was a massive injury, and it ended my chiropractic career. So it's one of my biggest regrets that I didn't pay attention to some of the things that Marnie was talking about earlier on the business. And I would encourage you to listen to the people that will be speaking on the business, or get with one of the people that invited you here. But it made a huge difference to me to be able to follow up with the business that I did have. And there's no business like this business. It certainly offered a huge unlimited opportunity. And really, the only ceiling is based on how much you want to work. So with that, Marnie, I'll end it. I've always liked helping people, and this is a great way to do it. And the overhead is probably the lowest overhead I've ever had. But never think that you're indestructible. That was one of my big mistakes, and I'm thankful for the Juice Plus company now.
Thanks, Greg. And I think we have one more quick story, and Jenn Zurbrigg, if she's on the call. I'm not sure if she is, but if you could unmute Jenn.
Hi, I'm here.
Thanks, Jenn.
Hi. Thanks, Marnie. Just quickly, because I have small humans and a dog.
No problem.
So thanks for asking me to share my business story tonight. And mine kind of evolved when I became a customer and signed up for the business the same day, mostly because I knew I wanted a rebate back on my fruits and veggies. But what I didn't foresee happening was everything that came with it. As I started to share what it was doing for myself, my family, my kids' immunity, it just became our everyday. And we had just moved to Edmonton. We didn't know anyone. We had moved from Ontario, and I didn't realize kind of how lost I felt. And all of a sudden I was gifted this family of amazing people who just took me in, and it allowed me to grow my passion for nutrition and helping families get easy nutrition into their families in an uncomplicated, healthy way. But it just grew from there. And I stopped working 7 years ago when I had my first baby, and I didn't realize how much of that I missed. I've always wanted to be a mom. I've always wanted to stay home and raise them. Nothing else was more of a gift in my life, like that I could see. But I really missed that other part of it. And so this business has given me back a purpose outside of being just a mom, being able to travel and meet people and have an impact on the world and inspire healthy living has just given me such joy every single day. My kids are a part of it. You walk into our house and they take you right over to our tower garden to show you the broccoli we just grew this week, which is so cool. And they're part of it with me. So it's just, it's been a blessing in that way. But as a single salary family, that's also been a stress on us for the last 7 years. And, in the last couple of years now, I've been able to grow my business with a paycheck every month that's covering our mortgage, and still not miss out on this time. I'm on the West Coast, so they're not in bed yet. So I've just been so grateful to be able to have a business that works in the stolen moments, and you can fit it in when you have a chance. But it's about connecting. And that was the part of not going to an everyday job that I was truly missing. But I never received from my day job the fulfillment that this has given me. So I'm really, really blessed that I've been gifted this business and been able to meet all of you guys and have a chance to chat tonight. So thanks, Marnie, for asking me.
Thanks so much, Jenn. Isn't that the best? Thank you guys all so much for being on. I appreciate it. And it's these stories. Like I said before, it's normal to be skeptical, and I know it's been a bit of the theme tonight, but I think you can't deny the stories because they're real. In closing, I just want to thank all of you for joining tonight. If anything resonated with you while you're on live or watching our recording tonight, I urge you to reach out to the person who shared it with you to get any questions answered. For me, although I was quite skeptical when I saw this, I asked myself one question. What if? What if this is the thing that could work? What if an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month mean for us in our life right now? And let me tell you, it was a lifesaver. What could this, I also asked myself, what could this be for us in our future? I'm not a saver, so this is my retirement. I'm so glad I did. I'm not sure where my life would be right now, or I should say our life, especially when it comes to time, money, and relationships. So I just want to say, if you're looking to break out of what you're doing, often we have to change our life to change. We've got to look outside of the box. Right now, maybe this business is a little outside of the box for you, but I know it's becoming more and more the norm because of social media, internet, word of mouth, and it's kind of just the way we go about things is on social media. So until then, I want to say a big thank you, and I hope that hopefully this will get oh my goodness. Thank you, and I hopefully will get to see you guys on the other side of this, maybe at a conference or at one of our big events. And because there's always a fun one happening. I know here in Edmonton, there's one coming up on the 19th, so November 19th. So if you want any details for that, we can get that information to you. And just to come out and meet our amazing community, if anything. It's been an absolute pleasure to be on this call with you all tonight and share with you what we're all up to. So have a great night, everybody. Love you all.
Bye, Lauren.